Open your browser and access our source code URL. Switch to branch local setup. In this branch, you will have a directory Vagrant where you have two more directories. First, we'll access the manual provisioning. We have a Vagrant file and a PDF. This document will show you how you can set up this entire project step by step. You can use it as a reference. And also we have a Vagrant file here, of course, which is going to launch all our virtual machines automatically. So we will clone this source code on our local machine and we'll get started. So I'm going to copy the URL, open my git bash. I'm going to get into F drive. You can select any place, any directory in your system, get into that. If you're using Mac OS, if you're MacBook, then you can open your terminal. You should have Git already installed. And I'm going to run the command git clone and paste the URL. This is going to clone the entire source code in my local machine. Okay, now I should see vProfile project directory. That's my repository. I cd into that. Let's clear the screen. I'm going to switch to branch local -setup. And I see the Vagrant directory there. Let's get into that. In that we have manual provisioning. Let me expand it. Clear the screen. And we have the Vagrant file over here. Let's see this Vagrant file from Sublime Text Editor. Okay, open my Sublime Text Editor and I'm going to open folder where I have cloned my source code. So yes, it's in F drive. That's the repository. And we'll say select folder. Let's expand this. So we have Vagrant directory, manual provisioning, and the Vagrant file there. Let's understand this Vagrant file first. Well, Vagrant will use this file to launch 5 virtual machines. One will be Nginx, one Tomcat, one RabbitMQ, one is Memcache, and the other one is the DB machine. We have few global settings here. Config host manager enabled true. So if you install the plugin, then this setting will automatically update host name in each and every virtual machines. So in every virtual machine in etc host file, the host and IP addresses will be mapped. Nginx virtual machine we have given name web01 and it is going to be based on Ubuntu operating system. That's the host name web01 and it has a private IP. You can keep the same IP if it does not conflict with your existing network, or else you can change the IP. Tomcat virtual machine name is app01 and we are going to use CentOS 7 operating system here. IP address in the same network, and we are also going to give it an extra boost of RAM, 1 GB of RAM. Next is RabbitMQ, RMQ01. This will be also based on CentOS 7 operating system and an IP address. Next, Memcache, name MC01, based on again CentOS 7 and an IP address. MySQL, name is DB01, CentOS 7 operating system, and again IP address. If you see, all these IP address are in the same network, and then they would be able to communicate also with each other. If you want to make any changes like host name or IP addressing scheme, and save this file, make the changes and save the file. Okay, now let's bring up the stack. Let's open our git bash. You should be in this directory where you have the Vagrant file. You can check it once again, cat Vagrant file. I'm going to run the command vagrant up, which will bring up all this virtual machine. So we already have Oracle VM VirtualBox installed. There's no virtual machine over here now, but in some time you will see all the virtual machine up over here. This is going to take some time, and I'm going to pause my video. Alright, all the VMs are up. First we have Web01, that is 1 GB of RAM. Then we have App01, 1 GB of RAM again, so total 2 GB now. RabbitMQ 512 MB, that's fine. Memcache 512 MB, so now total 3 GB. And then finally DB01 also 512 MB. So you will need almost 2.5 to 3 GB of RAM to set up this stack. Okay, stack is set up, the VMs are set up. Let's make a test, let's validate. Vagrant SSH Web01 first. Okay, we are in. Let's check the etc host file. So this gets automatically updated as I told you. And let's see if we are able to ping App01. Yes. Let's log out from here. Let's log into App01. Okay, let's check etc host file in App01. That's also updated. Let's ping the backend services which this machine will try to connect. MC01, RMQ01, and of course the DB01. Okay, this is important to validate because our Nginx is going to connect to our application server, and application server Tomcat is going to connect to DB, MC, and RabbitMQ. Okay, so we need to make this test. Now let's log out from here.